Hey, what's going on, guys? So today we're going to go over how to clean your Sig Sauer MCX. This method is going to apply to the Gen 1 and the Gen 2. They're not different as far as cleaning them goes. The only thing that's different is the bolt carrier group. The recoil springs on the Gen 2 can move up, so you can remove the bolt a little bit easier. It's a little bit more accessible on the Gen 2 than the Gen 1. However, it doesn't really affect anything. It doesn't really make anything different as far as this goes. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to make sure the weapon is safe. Clear. I always like to take the sling off next, just because once you separate the upper and lower receivers, it's kind of annoying that they're still connected with the sling. So then you're going to want to come up here and you're going to want to locate these two little pins right here on your lower receiver. So once you do that, flip it over to the other side, same pins, press that one out, press that one out, and then you're going to want to flip it over again. I like to hold it kind of like this in that little C-clamp style, and then thumb over here, because what you're doing is you're keeping pressure on it, because if you don't, it makes it put pressure on the pin. So you keep the upper and lower together. Same thing over here. Pull that pin out, and now your upper and lower receiver are separate. It's really that simple. If the gun is brand new, these pins are probably going to be a little bit tighter, and you might have to fight with them a little bit, but it's nothing you can't do. From here, take out your charging handle and your bolt carrier group. Here's your bolt carrier group. Here's your charging handle. And then the next thing I like to do is I like to take off the handguard so you can clean that piston up here. So the handguard is very simple. Once you remove that first pin from the front side here, the handguard's loose. So you don't even have to separate the upper and the lower in order to take the handguard off. You just got to loosen this pin, and then you can just slide it right off, just like that. It's pretty simple. So from here, that's really as far as you need to go with taking this apart. Now it's just a matter of getting in there, cleaning it, lubing it up good. So you can start up here on your piston. So this is your barrel. This is the piston right here. So throw a little CLP on there. Just kind of get the carbon off of that, because this is a moving part. You want to put CLP on all your moving parts. You don't want to soak it, just enough to break the carbon free, clean it up a little bit. Come on your bolt carrier group, wipe off all carbon that you see, any little particles that you may see, and then put some more CLP on there. I like to throw some on the bolt, work it back and forth a few times, a couple dabs along the recoil springs, and then just kind of make sure that it's not dry. Charging handle, just a quick wipe down, nothing crazy with that. You want to get all up in here in the upper receiver, get all that, wipe it down. They say use lint-free rags. It's a good idea. It's a good practice. I personally don't always use lint-free rags, and here's why. These are weapons. They're made to be carried through deserts, forests, jungles, oceans. A lint-free rag or a regular paper towel is not going to destroy your gun. So that's my take on it. I use Q-tips in here to get around things, and it makes it a little bit easier using Q-tips. Not really supposed to, because the pieces fall off of them. I've never had a problem. I've put 2,000 rounds to this thing, so do what you will. So yeah, you clean your upper receiver. On the lower receiver, all I usually do is just kind of wipe out any pieces I may find, and then hit the springs, the trigger springs, and this part right here where the trigger falls down and is held back. I forget what you call that, but usually just lube that up a little bit, because again, that's another moving part. So it's really all there is to it. It's pretty simple. And then I'll do another video, a detailed cleaning on the bolt carrier group. You do not have to take this whole thing apart, remove your firing pin, remove your recoil springs. You don't have to do all that every time you clean your gun. I personally do that a few times a year, and I'll clean the gun every time I shoot it for the most part. Unless I just go out and shoot one magazine, then I'll leave it alone until the next time I shoot. But yeah, taking this apart is really simple. It's just a matter of getting the bolt out. Your bolt out of your bolt carrier group, used with this little, I forget what they call this, but that little number turns to the side. Pull that out. There's a, what do you call that? A cotter pin right there. You want to pull that out. Bolt carrier group comes, bolt comes out of the bolt carrier, and then the firing pin comes out. It's pretty simple. It's not very difficult. So reassembly, same thing that you just saw. We'll start with the handguard. So you want to just make sure that you're lining it up, and you'll see it on the gun. I'll try and show it to you in the video as well. It's just got those rails that it goes along, and then it just fits in. Click. boom, lined up. It's all good. I like to keep the gun upside down. It just makes life a little bit easier. You're going to put your charging handle in first. So this is kind of tricky. This screws a lot of people up. So can you see right here where my finger is? That's what the charging handle goes into, and it goes all the way to the bottom. So you want to push it in there, and you want to push it in just a tiny, tiny bit so it doesn't fall out. Because if you leave it in that spot, see how it comes out? If you just put a little pressure on it. So you want to put it in, and then move it forward, make sure it's in. Pull it back to where it's not going to fall out or fall down. Grab your bolt carrier group. Remember, bolt goes in first, and it clicks in. So don't turn it upside down because your bolt carrier group will fall out, like so. Keep all that in there, and then come grab your lower, put it on your upper, push that pin through, close it. Again, I'll use that little C-clamp grip, push that through, reattach your sling, and you're ready to go. It's that simple. It's kind of fun cleaning them. Like I said, I'll do a more detailed cleaning of the bolt carrier group, and I'll also do a how it works video as well. That seems like a cool idea. Just from the second you pull the trigger to the bullet leaving, the gas coming up, pushing back the bolt carrier group, the recoil springs pulling the next bullet into the chamber. I think that's pretty cool. So I'll do a couple more videos like that. But that's how you clean your MCX. So hopefully that helps.